Every single one of us goes through difficult times, times when nothing seems to make sense, times when it feels like the light has gone out and you're kind of stumbling through the dark. But the truth is, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And the way that you think during these moments, the way that you control your mind will determine how quickly you come through these moments and how strong you'll be on the other side. Hi friends and welcome. If you're new, my name is Eva, and on this channel I talk about women's wellness and self-development and mindset, especially in the journey of motherhood. And let's be honest, being a mom today is probably harder than it's ever been. We are raising kids in a world that feels uncertain, overwhelming, at times chaotic, and even unsafe. And society demands so much from us, to be present, to be productive, to be everything to everybody. And it could be exhausting and it's definitely challenging. This is why I created the space, because what we really need isn't more pressure or perfection, right? We need encouragement that's real, and tools that are practical, and reminders of the incredible strength that we already carry inside of us, every single one of us. A strength that's unique and beautiful and powerful. Sometimes it just takes a little pause to remember how to harness it again. So today I want to share with you some steps to overcome tough times through positive thinking. And look, when I say positive thinking, I don't mean pretending that everything is fine when it's not. It's not about shutting your eyes to reality or putting on rose-colored glasses. It's not about ignoring the pain or dismissing the challenges altogether or pretending the negativities don't exist. Instead, it's about acknowledging the hardship, really seeing it for what it really is, and then choosing not to let it define you. Positive thinking is about shifting your focus towards solutions, towards hope, towards the strength that will carry you through. These are practical strategies that you can use today if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel anxious, or even hopeless. My hope for you is that by the end of this video, you'll feel not just encouraged, but also equipped with tools that you can take with you into your everyday life. The first step in overcoming tough times is to accept reality as it is, not worse than it is. So often when life gets hard, we tend to add layers of fear and negativity on top of what's already happening. We say to ourselves, this is hopeless, it's never gonna get any better. But the truth is, it's never hopeless, right? The situation may be tough, but exaggerating it in your mind and building it up only makes it heavier. So instead, discipline yourself. See things more clearly. Ask, what's actually happening? What is within my control? When you focus on facts instead of fears, you reduce panic and you open the door to solutions. Here's something I remind myself often. You can't always control what happens to you, right? But you can absolutely control how you respond. Positive thinking is not about pretending problems don't exist. It's about choosing to look for solutions instead of staying stuck. It's about telling yourself, this too shall pass. I say these things to myself sometimes multiple times throughout the day as a mom of 3 young kids, because sometimes it could be very challenging. Sometimes you are very stressed and you can't always control the stressful situations, right? If you have young children, you probably understand what I'm talking about. But you can absolutely control how you respond to it, how you react to your kids, how you react to the stressful moments. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, pause and ask, what is the one thing that I can do right now to make the situation slightly better? It doesn't have to solve everything, just one small action. Action relieves anxiety. And it doesn't even have to be a physical action. It could be a mental action, like a thought, how you choose to respond to a stressful moment. Once you've accepted reality and chosen a positive outlook, the next step is to guard the way that you speak to yourself. And I talk about this all the time, how we speak to ourselves, because we are our own worst critics. We judge ourselves so much. And what goes on inside your mind will ultimately shape how you handle everything else on the outside. So what you need to do is learn how to control your inner dialogue. And to do that, first you need to guard your words and your thoughts like gold, okay? Your inner dialogue shapes your outer reality. And if you keep repeating, this is terrible, I can't handle this, you are making the mountain in front of you even higher. Instead, discipline yourself. Replace those thoughts with empowering ones. Tell yourself, I can handle this. I've overcome before, I will overcome again. The words you repeat to yourself become the foundation of your resilience. It also helps to visualize a better future. Every great achievement begins in your mind. Even in your darkest moments, you can discipline yourself to imagine a brighter future. Close your eyes and see yourself on the other side of the struggle, stronger, wiser, happier. The clearer you can make that picture, the more your subconscious mind begins to work toward it. Here's a simple exercise. Write down a few positive statements you'll repeat daily. For example, I am stronger than my problems. Every day I am moving forward. This challenge is making me better. It's making me stronger. Repeating these affirmations shifts your focus away from despair and back into hope. Now let's talk about some of the practical habits that can make positivity sustainable, because mindset isn't just what you think, it's about also what you do with it. First, control what you feed your mind. Look, what you consume shapes how you feel. Let me say it again. What you consume shapes how you feel. If you want to stay hopeful, limit your exposure to negativity, whether that's constant bad news or draining conversations with acquaintances. Instead, choose to feed your mind with uplifting books, podcasts, and surround yourself with people who inspire you. Protect your mental space the same way you'd protect your home. The next is take care of your body. Look, a strong mind needs a strong body. Whether you're in chaos, it's really easy to neglect yourself. But small habits make such a huge difference. Move your body, sleep well, eat nourishing foods. Physical energy directly supports emotional resilience. And practice gratitude daily. You know, gratitude is such a wonderful antidote to despair. Even in the hardest times, there's always something to be grateful for. Your health, your family, even the lessons, that are hidden in the challenges. Every day, write down a few things that you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Sometimes it's as simple as a hot cup of coffee or a hug from your child. A smile from your partner. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong in the moment to what's right in my life right now. And once you've built these habits, the next step is to reframe how you see the problems themselves, because sometimes the way that we look at challenges makes all the difference. So how do you reframe problems as opportunities? First, ask better questions. Instead of asking, why me? Shift the question to, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? The small change transforms suffering into strength. It turns setbacks into stepping stones. In every difficulty, there is a hidden benefit. Sometimes it's a lesson. Sometimes it's a new direction. Sometimes it's a strength you didn't even know you had. Think back. Some of your best growth has probably come after some of your hardest moments, right? Some of your hardest times. And the same can be true right now. Here's a practical step. Take a challenge that you're facing today and write down a few possible benefits that could come from it. You will be so surprised at how much this opens up your perspective. Now let's bring all of this together, okay? Because the final piece is about building unshakable hope, even when things still feel uncertain. First and foremost, surround yourself with the right people, okay? Hope is contagious, but so is despair. You know the saying, misery loves company. Choose carefully with whom you spend your time. Stay close to the people who lift you up, who believe in the solutions, who remind you of your strength. Limit time with people who drain your energy and who keep you stuck in negativity. Next is take one small step at a time, because you don't need to solve everything today. All you need is the next step. Each small action builds momentum. It's the compound effect. And momentum builds that hope. Next, decide never to give up. The most important secret to overcoming tough times is persistence. Tell yourself, I will never give up. When you make that decision in advance, no setback can defeat you. You may bend, but you won't break, because deep down you've already chosen to rise. Life is full of seasons. Some are bright, others are stormy, but no season lasts forever. Eventually the sun will come out, you will see the rainbow. You have within you the wonderful power to think positively, to take control of your mind, and to create hope even in the darkest of moments. So remember, accept reality, but don't exaggerate it, don't magnify it. Control your inner dialogue. Build daily habits that strengthen your body and your mind. Reframe your problems into opportunities and never ever give up. If you hold on to these principles, you will not only overcome tough times, you'll emerge stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future. The light you're searching for is not outside of you, it's right within you. And when you choose to turn it on, no darkness can ever put it out. I wish you all the very best on such a beautiful day. Bye for now.